Now let's move on to part D. This is part, I did part C. Yes, this is part B, part C. We can now do part D. It says, John Malech deposits the following amounts at the end of each year in a savings account, paying an annual interest rate of 4%, compounded semi-annually. Compounded at an annual interest rate of 4%, compounded semi-annually. So we have year 1, 4,000, year 2, 8,000, year 3, deposited 7,000, year 4, 10,000. You are required to do what? To calculate the value of the account, at the end of year 4. How many marks? 3 marks. The required again, the value of the account at the end of year 4. So this is a question testing the candidate's knowledge on compounding, which is the opposite of discounting. John Malech deposits amounts at the end of each year. So in year 1, Malech deposited 4,000. In year 2, Malech deposited 8,000. In year 3, deposit 7,000 at the end of year 3. Then 4,000 at the end of year 4. So how much did Malech have in his account at the end of year 4? And the question says that interest is compounded semi-annually. The annual interest rate is 4%. The annual interest rate is 4%. And this annual interest rate of 4% is compounded semi-annually. This is part D. Before I answer this question, candidate, when calculating future value of cash flows that are compounded more than once, we call it multi-period compounding. There is a general formula, which is future value is equal to the present value times 1 plus R over M raised to N, where FV is future value, PV is present value, R is equal to annual interest rate. Let me say where R is equal to annual interest rate, and M, this M is equal to the number of times per year. Per year interest is compounded. The number of times interest is compounded. In this question, the number of times is 2 because it's semi-annually. Semi means 2. And N is equal to the number of years deposit is held. The number of years the deposit is held. This is a general formula. In another question you may be told is compounded quarterly. It may also be compounded monthly. Interest can also be compounded weekly. You can compound it daily. Interest can also be compounded hourly. So this is the general formula. I'm just writing it so that you can revise. Make sure you have this formula in your head, because the examiner does not give formula in your exams. You have to extract it from your brain. Now let's come back to the question and see how we can apply this formula to this specific question. So what you need to have this formula in your head, because then you need to know how to apply it. In this case, we are told John Malech deposits the following amounts at the end of each year. candidates, I want you to underline the words at the end of each year, because the deposit, the investor may also deposit this money at the start. The difference, it's different. Depositing money at the start and depositing money at the end of the year, the calculations are different. So you underline that. So that if having that, say that we can now apply this formula, we need to calculate the future value of these deposits after 4 years. The first deposit of 4,000 was made at the end of year 1, meaning this 4,000 was in the bank for only 3 years, because at the end of year 1, then this money was held in the bank for the whole of year 2, for the whole of year 3, for the whole of year 4. So those are 3 years. So let us compute the value of the first deposit for the 4 years. Okay, for the 4 years at the end of year 4, we compute the value of the first deposit at the end of year 4. So first deposit, let me just call it first deposit. The formula, the future value will be equal to the present value, which is 4,000, into 1 plus R. R, we say it is the annual interest rate. The annual interest rate is 4% into decimal 0.04. We divide by M. M is the number of times per year interest is compounded. This interest is compounded twice, so we divide by 2, then we raise it to n. This should be n times m. N times m, it's supposed to be n times m, so we raise it to m times n. We've seen that n is the number of years deposit is held. Number of years deposit held. Number of years deposit held. The number of years is we've seen the first deposit is held for 3 years at the end of year for the whole of year 2, year 3, and year 4. So 3 years times m. M is the number of times per year interest is compounded. The number of times per year. The number of times per year. We've seen it is semi-annually, so we multiply by 2. So this will give us the amount after 4 years on the first deposit. So I'll first calculate this factor. This will be 0.04 divided by 2. I raise it, going to raise it to 6, then I multiply by 4,000. Multiply by 4,000. This is equal to shillings 4,505 raised to the nearest decimal. Then I do the second deposit. Second deposit. What is the future value? The second deposit, the amount was deposited at the end of year 2. The amount there is 8,000 at the end of year 2. Then at the end of year 2, this money was held in the bank for how many years? At the end of year 4, if the amount was deposited in the bank at the end of year 2, then that money was in the bank for only 2 years. That is year 3 and year 4, only 2 years. So we're going to have 1 plus 0.4 divided by, this is 0.04, we divide by 2, then we multiply by that is number of years deposit held. Number of years deposit is held is 2 years. Number of years, our n 2 years in the second case, times 2. 2 is constant because 2 is M, number of times per year, which is semi-annual. Semi-annual. So I'll first get this factor, then multiply by 8,000. So this is a 0.04 divide by 2 plus 1. This is 1.02. This gives me 1.02. Then I multiply it. I raise this to 4. It's 1.08 times 8,000. 8,000. So the total amount after 4 years is 8,659 to the nearest decimal. Then the third deposit. The future value will be equal to how much was deposited. 7,000 was deposited times 1 plus 0.4 over 2 raised to the amount that was deposited at the end of year 3 only lasted in the bank for 1 year. That is year 4. At the end of year 3, the money lasted in the bank for the whole of year 4. So that is only 1 year. So we'll multiply this by 2. Remember, 2 is the N, that is number of years deposit is held. Supposed to be 1. The one that was deposited at the end of year 3 lasted in the bank for only 1 year. Then we multiply by 2, which is constant here. 2 is the M. Okay, number of times per year interest is compounded. So I'll come here and determine the amount. 1 plus 0.4 over 2, we had seen that 1 is equal to 1.02. We raise it to 2. Then multiply by 7,000. This is equal to 7,283 shillings. Then there is this fourth deposit. This money that was deposited in the bank at the end of year 4. What is the future value? The future value will be equal to the amount, which is 10,000 into 1 plus 0.4. We divide by 2. This money was in the bank for how long? This money was deposited at the end of year 4, and we are doing the valuation at the end of year 4. So we'll have it at 0. The money was in the bank 0 years, okay, times 0 years times 2. Okay, 0 years times 2, and using your primary school mathematics, you can see this number is raised to 0. This number 1.02, I don't need to calculate, but if I was to calculate, if you are to calculate 1.02 raised to 0 is equal to 1. Any number raised to 0 is equal to 1. So we'll have 1 times 10,000, which is still equal to 10,000 shillings. This is equal to 10,000 shillings. The money was deposited in the bank at the end of year 4. We are calculating the total value at the end of year 4. So this 10,000 did not earn any interest by the time we are doing this calculation. So these are the amounts, and the question is the value of the account. So the value of the account, how do you calculate value of the account? The value of the account will be equal to the 4,505. We add the amount that was in the bank for 2 years. We have it 86, 59. We add 72, 83, then we add the 10,000. So this will be the total money in this account. So I come here and take 4505 plus 8659 plus 7283 plus 10,000. The total money is 30,447. 30,447. And I can see here the total deposits. This is the answer. I just wanted to check out of curiosity how much interest was paid. This is 4,000 minus 8,000 minus 7,000 minus 10,000. So I've deducted the deposit. So the total interest is 1,447.